Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be creating this makeup look for you, and it is the look that I wore when I was on holiday in LA and Vegas back at the start of October, and also I created this look when I went to Rome too. Now most of the time on holiday I scraped my hair back in a ponytail. Today I've just left it down as it is. Because I don't really like my hair scraped back, so I'm not really going to do it for you on camera. But to complete the look I did take all my hair back, and I had a tan too, but otherwise these are all the products that I used when I was away. Now I have a little bit of news to share with you which I haven't done yet on this channel, and when we went to LA we got engaged. So yeah, Martin got down on one knee when we were at the Warner Brothers studio tour in LA, and it was actually on the Friends settee, the settee in the Friends set at Central Perk, so it was really lovely. His two friends that work there, he'd organised it with them beforehand, and they took us on a little mini private tour, and luckily there was no other tour around there at that time. People walked in just as we were leaving the set once it happened, so that was really lovely. And his friends managed to take lots of pictures, and they managed to film it too. I'm not going to be sharing the video of it on my channel, or I don't think I am. I'm just going to keep that for personal use, just because I just want to keep that pretty personal for us both and our family and friends. But yeah, it was really nice. I might go into a little bit more detail in a blog post if you want to hear about it, or if you want me to go into a little bit more detail on a video, then I will do. But yeah, he put a lot of thought into it, and he managed to get his friend to take pictures and to film it. Neither of us wanted... We've discussed it in the past, I think, like every couple would do, and neither of us wanted it to be in front of a big group of people, so luckily there was no one there at that point. I don't think he would have done it if there was a lot of people. I think he might have taken us further around into the little tour and then gone back to that point, and if that didn't work out then I'm not sure what he would have had planned. But yeah, it was a really special moment, and it was really lovely, and it meant that we could annoy all our family and friends by ringing them at like 2 AM UK time when it was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So yeah, that's my exciting news. Now keep watching, and I'm going to go in and create this makeup look for you. I hope you enjoy the video. So I've zoomed in a little bit, and I have just put my hair back. I apologise with the light, and it's not very easy to do because I can see in the viewfinder that this side of my face is a little bit shadowed compared to this, but we'll work with it and we'll see what it's like when I am editing. So on holiday I used two different foundations purely because I had a tan. Now it was fake tan, and I used the St. Moritz, the mousse. I think I used the medium one, and I put a couple of layers on there, and it just makes me look just a little bit glowy and a little bit sun-kissed, rather than going over to LA and looking like a ghost. I really wouldn't fit in there. Now I always struggle with finding shades of foundations, which you'll always know, just because I do get a little bit darker on the face, and then compared to the neck I don't really tan or get any colour here, so it's really hard to match up. So I've kind of found my shades in a few foundations when I'm paler, but when I'm tanned I don't. So I use a mix of two different ones. Now I've got the L'Oreal palette in Fallible Total Cover, and this is in shade 10 Porcelain. Now when I have a tan I actually use this in shade 20 Sand, and then I mix it up with the L'Oreal palette True Match Super Blendable Foundation in shade 1D or 1W Golden Ivory. So I mix the two together, and it just creates a perfect shade, and I can do it as dark as my tan needs to be, or I can lighten it up using this. I know in the Body Shop they use different little like lightening or darkening droplets, but I much prefer to just mix around with my foundation, probably because I haven't got round to buying them yet. So I will mix these two shades together. I am working on my pale skin, so I've got no tan on at all because it has just washed off. So I thought that I will show you what it's like mixing the two foundations together. So I tended to go in with the darker one first, but I'm just going to go with this one. I mean, they're both pretty much the same shade this time round. So I just squeeze a little bit onto the back of my hand, and I'm just going to pump this one on top as well. So I just pump it and then I mix it in using my finger. Just blend it all over my hand. It leaves a lovely foundation mark all over your hand. And then I am just going to dab this all over my face like so. Should probably use a mirror for this. Hope it doesn't get anyway. I've got a few breakouts actually at the moment. I have already prepped my face, so I used a little bit of cream, and that's what I did on holiday. I had a very little amount of products that I put into that I took with me just to keep the weight down on my case. So usually I will go in with the Lasting Perfecting Collection concealer one in the green. This is the Colour Correct one, and it's just to get rid of the redness and the imperfections in my face. Now I have got one or two breakouts, but I'm going to go with what I did on holiday, and I didn't take that with me, so I'm going for the whole hog. And then I'm just going to use my stippling brush. Excuse the mess, it does need a wash, and I'm just going to rub that in all over my face. I usually go in tend to build up the coverage. I don't go in with too much product at once. Okay, I have just moved because I've just turned the light on to hopefully add a bit more brightness into this, because it is horrendously dark outside and I work off natural lighting. So that is my foundation on. I just build it up. Obviously I don't have a very heavy base, because you're on holiday, you're wanting to allow your skin to breathe, just because it's quite warm and the humidity is quite high over there. And then I go in with two concealers. Now this one is pretty much all used up, but I just wanted to show you the actual products that I did use. And it is the Maybelline Instant Anti-Age, the Eraser Eye. And then I went in with the Sun Is Driving Me Mad. Why can't you just stay at one brightness? It's not going to work, is it, this video? It's really not going to work whatsoever. I mean, what if I do? Okay, the sun's gone down slightly. So I'm going to go in with this one, and I'm going to put that all over the spots and then under my eyes too, just because we were working with different time zones over there, so I did end up getting some really dark bags under my eyes. So again, I've just applied that to where all of my imperfections is, and then I went in with the same brush just to blend that in. Again, I would use a different brush on a daily basis, but because we were away on holiday, I only packed the bare essentials. So just rubbing that in. And then another concealer I'm going to use just to brighten up the under eye is the ever so popular Collection Lasting Perfection one, and I get this in shade Fair, which is number 1. I do wish they brought it out in a slightly lighter shade as well, just to make it a bit more brightening under the eyes, especially because I am so pale, it doesn't always work. So I'm just going to put that out. Depending on how bad my bags are, I'll do a few different techniques with that. And then again, I'm going in with the stippling brush, and I'm just going to blend, blend, blend. Does anyone else notice that when they apply their makeup, they do it with their mouth wide open? It is ridiculous, I know. Okay, so that is my concealer done. Usually I would go in with the powder, I'll put on the mascara, but for some reason I did things very differently when I was on holiday, and I packed my Smashbox palette. This is pretty much nearly all broken. I mean, I've got to be careful because the highlighter is smashed. That happened whilst on holiday, so I'm really devastated about that, but you could still kind of use it a little bit. And I'm going to go in with this contour bronze shade, and I'm just going to try and create the hollows of my cheeks just to create some cheekbones. I've got a pretty round face, so you can't really see any cheekbones. And I'm just going to go in, I think this is a angled brush from e.l.f. Cosmetics, so I'm just going to dab that in, and then I'm just going to suck in my cheeks like that just to create, or try and create, my cheekbones. So I go in, start off very light at first, and then I'll build it up and get it darker and darker to how I want it to. And then I'm just going to take it up onto my forehead just to give me a little bit more of a sun-kissed look. I'm just going to create the other side now. I don't know if it's just me, but I always find one side easier to do than the other, and the other side always ends up going a little bit too low. Okay, and then I'm just going to do on both sides of my nose just to make it look a little bit thinner, you know, all that contouring malarkey stuff. At the moment I look a little bit ridiculous, but then this is where I came in with my powder just to kind of set it and blend it in a little bit more, and I use the Laura Mercier Candle Glow Sheer Perfecting Powder in shade 1. I absolutely love this. I hope I don't hit pan on it anytime soon, but this is my favourite and go-to powder. So I'm just going to use my big Real Techniques, I think this is the powder brush, and I'm just going to do that all over my face. And I'm going to just set the concealer up on my eyes too, because I never used any eyeshadow whilst I was away. And then this just allows you to blend in, and you can just blend down the neck too. Okay, so I am going to go back in with the bronzer just to build it up and take it a little bit higher up onto my cheekbone before we go in with the blusher. So I'm going to use the same brush, just dab a little bit more, tap on my palette and just apply. And then I'm going to go in with my highlighter, and I actually picked this up on holiday. I got it from Sephora, and it is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector Pressed one highlighter in Champagne Pop, and I've seen so many people raving about this product, and I've never actually got my hands on it. The price was actually really good, was the $1 to the pound on certain cosmetics, and this came out really cheap. I mean, just look at that. Isn't that really pretty? So yeah, this came out really cheap, so I had to get my hands on this. And I also picked up the Urban Decay Heat Palette too. So I didn't take my big fan brush, I completely forgot to pack that. But what I did pack was this little brush. I think it's just a blending eyeshadow one. I don't know what brand it is. I got it for Christmas last year, and it is like a unicorn style one, very pretty. and I just use this on my cheekbones, and then once I apply my brows I put it under my brows, corner of my eye, down the ridge of my nose, etc. So I'm just going to use that, and again this was a really lightweight brush to pack. I mean, just look at that highlight just there. I've hardly used any product and it is really good. Bother going in with any blush, and on other days when I wanted to make a little bit more of an effort, I went back to my Smashbox palette and I used the lightest shade, this little the pink one down here. Some of the highlight is dropping out onto my bedding here. That is not very good when it is brand new bedding as well. So I went in with this little brush from the Primark one. It is broken, so I need to invest in another. So I'm just gonna, instead of that, I'm just gonna use this little bit here and just sweep it in. Again, tap, and I'm just gonna sweep this over the apples of my cheek. I don't really go in too much with this. Okay, so that is the main bit of the face complete. Now I don't know why I did it this way on holiday. For some reason, I don't know, I tend to usually go in with the mascara and the brows before I complete the whole look, but I was on holiday, I just felt like doing it a completely different way. So I go in with the brows now, and I'm going to be using my beloved Browsings from Benefit. This is probably one of the only products I use on my brows. I do have one or two little of the pomades from different, I've got about 4 now in my collection, but I always reach for this just because it's so easy to use. And then I go in with this, again, excuse it, it needs a good clean. I go in with this brow brush, and it's got a little spoolie on the end, and then it's just an angled shaped one, and this is from the Primark collection. So I'm just gonna just brush through my brows, and then I'm going to dip it into the wax, and then I'm going to go in with the powder over the top. I'm not very good with my brows, I've said this before, so this could take a while. So I just like to kind of like do a little underline of them at the bottom, and then fill them in properly on this corner, because they're quite thin on the end is my brow. And then I'm just going to go in now and fill the rest of them in. And then I will go in to set my brows, and I use the Benefit Ready Set Brow little gel. This is the clear one. This is actually a little tester style one that I got in a magazine. So I'm just going to use this. It's nearly run out now, so I need to use another one, and I'm just going to go and set them. This product was perfect to pack just because it was so small and really lightweight. And also, can I just say, at the airports, Benefit had its own vending machine. Like, they had some minis in there, they had the full-size products. I was blown away. In every airport we went into out there was a Benefit vending machine. I mean, can you bring this to the high street please, Benefit? If you're watching, you're probably not, but I think many people would really like that. And now to finish off the look, I'm gonna put some mascara on my eyes just to let them pop a little bit. I will apply a little bit of eyeliner. Now, I only applied this once on holiday, and that was when we went to go out to celebrate our engagement, and I put a little bit of eyeshadow on there. So I will go in with a little bit of this just because I'm going out today, so I'd quite like to apply it. And the mascara that I took on holiday with me was the L'Oreal Paradise Ecstatic Mascara. I look like I'm doing this in association with L'Oreal. I'm really not. These are literally all the products that I'm loving at the moment, and I actually took on holiday. So this video is just all my own reviews on the products that I'm loving at the moment. And I am obsessed with this mascara. I mean, it is so good. Usually I have to apply 2 different mascaras to get my lashes to look how I want them to. But no, I can do that look with just this one product. So I'm just going to put this on. I tend to go over the top of my lashes first just to darken them up when the product has dropped on there, which is the reason why I've left to do my mascara last. And then I'm just going to curl them back up. Sorry if you can hear Lenny barking. Martin's just got back in from town, so he's a little bit excited. Typical, the one day I do it on camera and I've got mascara on my eyelid. Well done, Alex. Okay, look how good this product is. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see. Like, seriously, how good. This is just with one layer on. So you go from this to nothing. I mean, how amazing is that? It is absolutely incredible. So I'm just going to go in with this eye now, and then I'm going to do my eyeliner off camera because I really hate doing it and I need both hands to do it with. Okay, so that is both of my eyes done. The eyeliner is not quite equal on both eyes, but you know, we're just gonna go with the flow. And the final product that I'm going to use to this look is a lipstick. Now, I didn't go too out there with my lipstick look. Some of the days I didn't even bother wearing them just because they got so chapped and they were so sore. But on a few of the days, and I wanted to that look off, and for the night out I went in with my lipstick and I used these Viva Glam V from MAC, and it's just this beautiful glossy nudie pink look. So I'm just going to apply that. Gives that little bit of a gloss and a little of a pinky nudie colour to my lips. It doesn't go completely out there. I did take a lip liner with me, but it snapped in half in my suitcase. Don't know how that happened, but it snapped in half and I must have used it twice before, so I'm devastated. So yeah, I'm going to zoom you back out, brush my hair, and then I can show you the finished look. So this is the finished look that I wore on holiday. So I wore this when I went to LA and Vegas. Ooh, my hair's going a little bit crazy, isn't it? Sorry, I keep looking in the viewfinder. I'm using it as a mirror, even though I have on. And I also wore this when we went on holiday to Rome. I took the exact same products with me, just each liquid product could only be 100ml at a time. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a big thumbs up if you did. I'm not the best at creating new makeup looks. They probably look exactly the same each time I do one, but I just really wanted to show you the products that I used when I went away, and that you can create a look like this with a just a few little products. I mean, I didn't take any eyeshadows out there with me. I actually purchased the palette, like I said earlier, when I was away. But you can double up your blushes and your bronzers for eyeshadows too. I know it's a little bit grim, but you can double up your brushes as well. So I think when I went to Rome, I didn't even take my angled brush. I used this one for bronzer and blusher. And to be fair, I only just really stuck to the bronzer out there. But yeah, this is the look. I didn't take this on holiday with me, but on a daily basis at home I do spritz this all over my face. It is the Rimmel Insta Fix and Go setting spray, so I do tend to do that just to ensure my makeup lasts a little bit longer, and it usually does, which is good. I hope you enjoyed this video. As I said, give it a big thumbs up if you did. Subscribe to my channel to see more, and I see you in the next one. Bye!